All right, my new favorite sponsor on the Eric Zane Show podcast, Factor Meals. These folks got it right. Nutritious, complete, lower-calorie meals, taste outstanding, and you don't have to do all the food prep work. Prepping food is a full-time job. It gets to a point where it's just not sustainable to make all of that food, put it into the containers. It takes a lot of time. And as I talked about before, if only there was a company that put together delicious, nutritious, fantastic meals, all different types of meals for you to choose from, and they package them all for you. Well, enter Factor. Oh my gosh. Absolute game changer when it comes to eating appropriately. You know, you might spend a lot of time making a great meal for you and your family. All right, one meal. It's consistency. Consistency is the key to wellness. If you're the type of person who's looking to lose a little weight, but do it the right way by eating appropriately, getting the necessary exercise and things like that, Factor is awesome because it's such a time saver. You simply grab the meals out of the fridge and off you go. You can pack them for lunch. You can have them for breakfast. You can have them for dinner. It can be on the go. Whatever you need, Factor has you covered. Get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. You pop them in the microwave if you want. No prep, no mess. And here's how you take advantage. Go to factormeals.com/Zane50. Use code Zane50 to get 50% off. That's code Zane50 at factormeals.com/Zane50 to get 50% off. Okay, welcome into the Eric Zane Show Sudden Death Podcast. At the back half of it, we will be talking Game of Thrones. We'll let you know just so that you can dump out if you don't want anything spoiled. But I was this close to not watching it.
Why? Because of just how late it was?
Yeah. And then I said, I can't. I got to do it.
Yeah.
We got it. We got to get, this is what everyone's going to be talking about. Have you been following online, or is there a lot of talk online about what went down?
Yes.
So,
season finale.
Yeah, it was big. I wonder how many people watched it.
I don't think those numbers are going to come in quite yet.
I'd probably say something like 10 million plus.
Yeah.
Because their numbers count as, isn't it, people who watched it live and then within 24 hours?
I think that's how they do it.
It really, yeah. It really helped that it didn't leak beforehand.
Right.
Like it was threatened to.
So we will get to it. Beforehand, though, we've got a lot of things to cover. First off, Ben, do you want to play this audio that you were...
Yeah, go ahead. I was trying to fit it in for the end of the show, but because it was a really quick little...
near the end of the show, we were talking about non-alcoholic beer. And then we got onto the subject of decaffeinated coffee, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then you started laughing about something.
Yes.
And I thought
something stood out to me.
I thought you were laughing at my hot take on coffee.
Oh, no.
So I was explaining myself while you were laughing, and then I go, well, what are you laughing at? Oh, I just heard something else that I can put together that might be funny. I have no idea what this is. No, I like the taste of black. No. Come on. No, I like the taste of black. Not edited at all.
No.
It was perfect. No, I like the taste of black. Thank God that's not on Dan Patrick right now. So when I was with my dad this weekend in Grayling, this topic came up. Well, first of all, I had been thinking about it because I need a place to go camping this coming Labor Day weekend, and everything's all full. So I thought, I'm going to go to your place. And I asked him, I go, hey, can I come up here to Grayling? Because it's 10 acres of property. You can camp right there. And he said, yeah, sure. It sounds good. Mm-hmm. And I go, all right, great. So I had been thinking about this, but I didn't say anything. But he brought it up because remember how we talked about on the air about how he needs to slow down?
Yeah.
Well, when he got up there, he mowed the entire grass with a push mower, with a walking mower.
Right.
So he was super tired, and he goes, this place is starting to become a little bit too much of a burden to maintain. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about unloading the property.
Well, when people have such big property, though, don't they only mow like an acre? Like what's
it's probably the size, of a football field that he mows.
Right.
Not even, but for him, it's a lot.
Yeah, especially with a push mower.
And he has a rider, but it malfunctioned. So I go, but it got him thinking about that place. He only goes up there like 3-4 times a year. And if it were mine, I'd go up there if I could every weekend.
Right.
I love it.
Why doesn't he move there?
No, he's content at his where he lives now. But it came up, and I go, well, Dad, how much would it be for if you were to sell this place? And he goes, I don't know. And he threw out a number, and I went, well, if you came up with a number, I'd buy it off of you. And now on the property, the actual dwelling is a 1952 mobile home.
Right. Yeah. I think you've shown the picture before.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, no, it's not bad. It's in good shape. I mean, you can live in it. He does. But
only like a few days a year.
But I wouldn't live in there. I'd bring the camper up. But ultimately, what I'd like to do, if it were mine, is get rid of that damn thing and build a small cabin.
Right.
With a well, septic. So, you have a second place. So I said, well, Dad, I'll buy it off of you.
How many brothers do you have? Brothers and sisters?
I have 3 brothers. Well, no, 4 brothers and several stepsisters.
Brothers just related, just from your dad?
I have a full blood brother, one half brother, Norman, and 2 half brothers from my mom, who my dad adopted. Mm-hmm. So legally, there's 4 others.
So why not, with the 4 of you, split up the 10 acres?
They don't want it.
They don't. Okay. Well, then that changes it. Because if they wanted it, you guys could go split. If one other person wanted it, you guys could have 5 acres.
No interest whatsoever.
Really?
So 10 acres is a lot. Yeah. In fact, there's the property, and then there's woods, and more woods. It's just everywhere. You're surrounded by trees. You're secluded. There's no one but bear, coyote, and turkeys. In fact, we're sitting there by the fire, and probably 80 yards in the woods, a coyote howled while we were sitting there in the pitch dark by a fire. Now, if Jacqueline had been there and Ernie, they would have went, what the hell, and ran back to the camper as fast as possible. It was awesome to hear this. I'm like, oh my gosh, did that just happen? It was awesome.
Coyotes are kind of scary.
Yeah.
Coyotes, it's not like it's a fox or something.
A little smaller than a big dog.
Yeah.
A smaller than a wolf, but bigger than a dog.
Do you know why they do that at night? The howling?
I thought it has something to do with pups or mating.
It's a roll call.
Yeah.
They're counting.
Yes.
How many are there?
Rounding up the wagons.
Which I thought was really crazy the first time I heard it.
And there was more than one we heard. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. And their numbers are only a few that night, so they couldn't come in and eat our faces off. But that was awesome.
Now they're afraid of humans,
pretty
right?
much.
Like they're more afraid of humans than like a regular wolf. A regular wolf will come up and mess you up.
They'll just surround you and eat your face. So I was like, all right, Dad, I want it. And he goes, well, that's great news. He goes, because I wanted to keep it in the family. Mm-hmm. Now, there are other people that, like Joanne's stepdaughters, the one in particular, the oldest one, her husband wants it. Mm-hmm. And they, but I'm going to get it. So I said to him, I go, well, tell you what, Dad, this is what you do. You go ahead and get a number, and you tell me the number, and I'm not going to counter you because you're my dad, and I think it would be insulting if I countered you, tried to like job you down on the thing. I trust.
What if he's trying to job you down?
No, he won't. If I can't trust my dad, I can't trust anybody. So I go. I'm not even going to haggle. You tell me what the cost is. I'll give you the money, and then it's mine. So that's going to happen.
That's cool.
I don't know when it's going to happen, but that's going to go down.
And it's not like your dad couldn't use it. I mean, if it's yours.
That's why I said to him, I go, Dad, you have, if that's the case, you have all the things at your disposal minus any of the upkeep. So you can come as you want, but you don't have to mow. You can use it. In fact, I would extend that to all of the people that want the property, like to my stepsister and her husband. You can come and go as you please. I don't care. You can all use it. It's mine, but use it as much as you want. I have no problem with that.
So I'm super excited about that. And it's not like right away because he goes, I don't want you to think I'm rushing into this, but it's going to happen. When it does, I'll sell it to you. I go, yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So there's a bunch of stories going around that we need to talk about.
Well, there was one that I saw that we've been kind of talking about being a dick at a restaurant. Did you see that one?
I didn't.
It's 5 times when it's okay to send food back at a restaurant. Did you see that one? It's actually okay to be kind of a douche.
Okay.
Because you're not really being a douche.
Can I try to guess one of them?
Yes.
Undercooked food or overcooked food?
That is number 3, yeah. And they kind of mash that together.
Okay. All right. So that one's in there. Ben, can you think of anything that you may...
Oh, wait, hold on. We'll get back to Ben. But
okay.
One of the things, like, if you order a steak medium rare and they bring it to you well done, is there like a... Steaks are weird because it's kind of hard to judge it sometimes. Like, what if you order a medium rare and they bring it to you medium? I think you're kind of being a prickly if you send it back.
But isn't? But
I understand if you order it well done and they bring it rare, then maybe. But when it's just one step away, that seems like a bit.
Or even if
prickly.
you order it, where you like the red meat, but it's just brown,
right?
All brown. Then, I could see
that's well as opposed to any type of rare.
But if it goes, how does it go? Rare, medium, well done.
Medium well.
Medium well done. If you order it medium well and they bring it to you well, then screw yourself.
Yeah. I think if you're within a step, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If I ordered it medium rare and it's a little pink on the inside, I'm not going to send it back. But if I order it medium and then, it comes back like 2 steps away, then for sure.
Yeah. Like rare is something that you have to have an acquired taste for. I wouldn't eat my steak rare just because it's too much. But so if I usually order mine medium. So if it came rare, I'd be like,
The only thing
I have done it before, and it's not terrible. Just douse it in A1.
The only thing I'll eat rare is prime rib, which you're supposed to eat rare.
Right. But that's how they cook it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Until recently. There's actually the rare blue. Have you seen that cooking?
No.
You sear it literally for a minute on both sides.
I thought we brought this up before. I think you brought this up before.
We might have.
Vaguely recall.
Yeah.
But, so you just throw it on there on the grill, flip it over. It's
basically it's char marks, and that's it. You just eat it.
Okay.
They call it blue. It's basically a raw piece of meat.
That works with if it's not ground. If it's cut, yes. If it's a cut piece of meat, there's a lot less bacteria in meat that's like that, a steak, as opposed to ground beef.
Right. Well, that's what we're talking about, steak. Ben, what else? When is it okay to send food back?
Okay, I was gonna say if there's some sort of topping, like a dressing or something on like a sandwich or something that you didn't order.
It would change the taste of the sandwich.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when it's not what you order, that's one of them.
Okay.
Long story short. I mean, when they bring out something that you didn't order, it's.
This has been.
How big of a difference is that?
This is an impression of Ben when you get Thousand Island on a sandwich and you want to go back. Well, you see, I'm sounding like Eric Zane or the President Obama
or myself. Yeah.
But even then,
But I hate onions, and if onions were to come on something that I ordered. That taste is very strong.
Yeah, it stays with the sandwich even if you pick them off.
Yeah, even if you just take it off, it's still there.
I'm not that picky. I'll pick it off. I don't like bothering the waitresses.
There's a sauce on it? You wouldn't pick it off.
What kind of sauce? How different is the sauce that they put on from what I ordered?
So if you order a hamburger with ketchup and mustard and they put mayo on it, and no ketchup and mustard, would you send it back?
No. I would order mayo anyway. I'm talking about
but for this scenario, if you had it with just mayo but you wanted ketchup and mustard,
but I'm talking about specialty dressings. Those are just standard fare. Like what? If I ordered Thousand Island and they put Russian dressing on it, I wouldn't send it back. It's the same thing basically.
If it was like blue cheese or ranch or French,
something you didn't like?
I probably.
You'd eat it anyway if you didn't like it?
I can't think of a type of dressing that I don't like enough to send back.
I
Man,
would send
you're
back
like a dream for
pretty
a
much
waitress.
everything but French or Thousand
When they
Island.
see you
Or
coming
not
in, they're like,
Thousand
"Hey,
Island,
let's see how we can f up the Hungarian's order this time. See if he let's take bets. See if he's gonna put some urine on this salad."
Phil didn't send it back.
Well, I don't know. I can't think of it. Like I said, I can't think of a type of dressing where I'm like, eh.
All right, what else?
Let's see, where was it? When it's not what you order, that's what Ben said. When it's something that's supposed to be hot, comes out cold.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
if it comes out with a cold
Soup.
yeah, cold soup.
Your meal was done first, and they're waiting for 5 other orders for your table, and they wait until they're all done and bring yours out, and then yours is cold.
Yeah.
I would send cold soup back. That's like one of the few things. But I'll eat like as long as it's not ice cold. I wouldn't send back like a lukewarm burger.
Yeah, some people get so picky when the food comes out, if it doesn't come all out at the same time and they have to wait any amount, because some people won't eat at the table until everybody gets their food. And that, opens the door for somebody who's finicky like that to give the waitress the waiter a hard time and say, "Send it back. I want this warmed up."
When I get kind of cold fries, I'll convince myself that they're warm. Like, oh, these are fine. They're not that cold.
I had the best damn sandwich at a restaurant up in Grayling at a new place called Ray's. And the menu has like 10 things on it, but they have really good barbecue. And my God, I ate the hell out of this brisket Philly cheesesteak sandwich, so much so that my wife only ate half of hers and I ate the other half. And then the fries, they talk about Hopcats fries, those crack fries.
Yeah.
The fries at this place called Ray's, a brand new joint, were so damn good. I couldn't get over it. I can't wait to go back there. I'm going to go back there this weekend.
Right.
It's right on the Asable River. Awesome.
We did number 3, undercooked, overcooked.
I've got another guess.
Okay.
If there's a hair or a bug.
Yes.
Foreign object in the food.
Yes. That is actually the number one reason people, it's okay to send food back. Foreign object. If you're really unlucky, a Band-Aid or something like that.
Oh, scab.
His penis.
Oh, a penis.
I've had it. It might be disgusting. I've had it where I haven't sent food back that had a hair in it.
I think I'll pick out a hair because I'm hungry. But
Depends on the type of hair.
Penis, I would not eat the penis. I would say, look, excuse me, ma'am. Yes, there's a penis.
I'm sitting at the table eating my penis.
Yes.
If it's like a balled up, nasty looking hair, maybe I'll send it back.
Yeah,
But if it's just like a little, it's obviously a mistake.
What if it's clearly a pube and there's more than one?
Oh, that's going back.
More
Yeah.
than one. What do they just
What
grab
about
a handful out of
one
there?
pube? One pube?
Pube is going back.
I'm throwing up.
Pube is going back. But if it's just a hair.
If the waiter or waitress came up, would you say, "Excuse me,
this is
there's a
making me
hair,"
sick.
or would you say, "Excuse me, there's a pube"?
Well, if it's curly, I'm saying it's a pube.
You would actually say, "Excuse me, there is a pube in my."
Yes.
I would say pube.
I would, yeah, because it makes it so much more disgusting, and so you're bound to get so much more out of it.
Side note: what a great word, pube.
Yeah.
Hey, man, there's pubes all over the place.
And the number 2 one is if it's something you're allergic to, like an ingredient you're allergic
Right.
to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Especially if you asked to leave it out or it wasn't even listed on the menu and they put it on there.
Excuse me, my throat is closing. Can you fix this?
I'm not allergic to anything, like as far as food goes.
I'm not allergic
Luckily.
either. I just can't stand a few things. A few things I actually won't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things I won't eat.
Beets and water chestnuts, unless they're in there like covertly and I don't know it. But
I think the only time I ever would send something back is a foreign object. I don't risk sending it back otherwise.
half the time, yeah, I don't want to do that, and I'm starving. I want to freaking eat. I'll eat
Well, I
it
just
cold.
don't want to have them mess with the food.
Right. That's one of my main concerns as well. If I send it back, depending on how bad their day is, they might do something worse to it. So I'll just grin and bear it. Like, I hate mushrooms, but I'll just eat around it if mushrooms come out. I've done it before.
Crazy that in the food service industry, so many assumptions are made about what could possibly be happening with the food. You don't want to risk it.
But they're good assumptions because over the years, I heard so many people talk about how it just goes on all the time.
If you went to Puzzle's restaurant on Van Dyke between 13 and Common, there's a chance that if you piss me off, your relish is getting a big booger in it. Are you ready? You want to do it? Are we good?
Are you good?
Yeah, I want to talk about the damn show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've already gone for 22.
Ben, hit it.
Wiener, wiener, wiener,
Wiener, wiener, wiener, wiener. Spoilers are coming. And winter has arrived. And spoilers.
It's reached the South finally.
Yes, I saw that. Jamie noticed when he's putting on his glove. It's snowing out. Balls.
I'm so happy about that.
That's snowing in the south?
No, that Jamie took off.
Wiener, whoppy wiener.
That he's going to help the North.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
This is not. This is when you guys have to.
Do you
explain
not
things to me.
watch?
But he
Not
rode
hear
away.
The
Where do you think he
conversation that
was
they had?
riding?
Wait a minute.
Just
Where
said that
else would he go?
pledged to
Well, hang
fight-
on.
He just said that he just told Cersei that he pledged to fight with the North and Daenerys' army against the White Walkers.
And then she said she lied to them, and she's got a scheme going.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
He disappears.
there was hold on. Before that, there was the moment where he called the bluff about the mountain killing him, and he said, "You won't
That
do
was
it."
right after. That was after the conversation.
Right. And then, but did he say, "I'm going to help her"?
It was very,
Implied.
very heavily implied.
Yeah.
So much so that we saw him riding north.
Yes. He was the first person to see
Oh.
snow
Where do you think
from King's Landing.
Now I get it.
Where do you think he was going?
I don't know. I thought he was going for a ride on his horse. See, that's why I'm glad you guys are here to tell me about these things, because I did not know for a second that I didn't put two and two. That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Cersei, I'll be back to bone you in a second. I'm just going to go for a bike or a horse ride around the country.
And, okay, I still think her being pregnant is a lie.
Okay.
I'm kind of there.
Did you watch the Inside Game of Thrones afterwards?
No.
Watched it a little bit.
The creators or the writers, whatever, of the show talked about how she played Tyrion, and I have a feeling the pregnancy was part of that.
Well,
They didn't specify that she was lying about being pregnant, but I think that she is.
so in order to get to convince people of things,
It was
or?
to keep Jamie from conspiring against her like
Right.
he was.
Okay. So
Because, I mean, like we've talked about before, part of the prophecy is that she's going to get killed by a brother.
well, hell, I can't even piece together where Jamie's going for a ride.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
true.
mean, there's no way I would have ever figured that out. I just thought she's going to have a bouncing baby bundle of joy in 8 months, and that's the end of it.
The only reason I think she might is because I'm pretty sure Danny and John are also going to have a kid.
Yes.
Okay.
So that could be like a parallel.
What a scene that was, too.
Yeah,
When they-
nice.
To have Bran telling what's going on, and then
And they're actually
boning.
showing him boning.
Yeah.
By the way, when that scene was going on, Madison walked into the room. My 15-year-old, and I go,
no.
God, stop!
Wasn't that graphic?
Man, it was two nude
Nice man
people
bun.
in front of your daughter. I mean, it's
I don't know, as a 14-year-old, I had already seen that stuff.
I don't want to see it in front of my daughter.
nice butt.
I don't think she want to see it in front of me either.
Yeah, and Danny, too.
God,
What if she would have said that? Ooh, nice butt.
man.
I just have a hard time believing that anyone who's a northerner, quote, has such a bare ass.
Now,
Yeah, that's true.
I want to discuss one thing because I think I may have figured something out, and you can help me. Because as has been proven many, many times, I barely know what's going on this show. First of all, when they had that big meeting in front of that the ruins of that
Right.
stadium,
Yes.
was that Dragonstone or was that Westeros?
That was Westeros. That was in King's Landing. That's where they...
Well, why is it so messed up?
Because
Tyrion walked from Dragonstone back to King's Landing to talk to Cersei, and then walked back to Dragonstone to talk
All right.
to them.
Thank you.
that's where they put the dragons after like the Westeros was conquered. They wanted them to lock up the dragons because they were being too dangerous. So they built this thing for the dragons.
Okay, that's why there was all those dragon bones laying around.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Now, what I want to know is, so they all get there, and Cersei is sitting next to, is it Euron?
Yes.
The guy from the Iron Island.
Yeah.
And the dead guy goes running out at Cersei, and then Euron, after he sees all that, he says, I'm out of here.
Smell you later.
But she said that was all a plan, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Well, how did she know that? How could she conspire a plan if she didn't know that there was a dead guy in the box?
I think it was basically no matter what they show us, you're going to say that was the scariest thing you've ever seen, and you're going to pretend like you're out. So regardless of what, they could have brought out like a dove, and it would have been like, that's the scariest S I've ever seen, and just walked away. He was going to walk away regardless.
Okay.
Assuming that it's all true.
All right.
All this is assuming it's true because
Well, I don't doubt it, because we need to point out that now for 2 straight weeks, Julius has. Can you get the arrow flinging and hitting the bullseye? Because with deadly accuracy, 2 weeks ago, Julius said that one of the dragons was going to die, and then the Night King was going to raise him from the dead, and then he was going to be a bad dragon, and the Night King was going to fly around and kill people with his own dragon. That's what he said. And then, days later, that actually happened. Just like that. At the same time, he also said that the bad dragon...
Well, this was a few weeks ago.
Yes.
A few weeks ago, we said, how do we think the season's going to end? My theory was that the wall was going to come down.
He goes, that wall's coming down. The dragon's going to take it down. What the F, man?
I mean, I see a bunch of theories online, and I think about them, and I'm like, I like this theory.
That's why I avoid online theories. I don't mind talking about stuff with just like people that I know that watch the show, but I don't want any sort of spoilers.
Anything to influence how it could be. Well,
But none of these are spoilers.
No, I know that, but I just don't want I don't want that thought to crop into my head. Like, I already know what's gonna happen.
Like, there's
I want to be surprised still.
There's some spoilers. You got to pick and choose which theory you think is correct. Like, there's one theory that somebody made, and they gave convincing evidence, but I still thought it was BS. So I never brought it up. Was that Tyrion is a time traveling baby, or he was a time traveling baby, and is actually the son of Rhaegar. That was the theory, and that Tyrion would end up being, he's actually a Targaryen because he time traveled into his mother's vagina and came out, but he is a Targaryen.
I think he is a Targaryen, but he's son of the Mad King and Tywin's wife.
That's possible. But the whole time traveling baby thing is ridiculous. And I didn't bring that up because I even though they brought evidence forward, it's a ridiculous thing.
Well, it's all remarkable to me because I watch the show and then I sit back and I go, what the F just happened?
Wow, what an episode.
There's also a theory of Varys being like a merman.
That's ridiculous.
Because there's mermen in the books that aren't in the show, and he's made tons of references about stuff like water references.
No, he just doesn't have a D.
Right, and that's part of the thing is he's not attracted to men or women. It's because he's a merman or whatever. I don't know. It's a stupid theory.
How did the episode start again? I already forget how it actually unfolded. It was the meeting, right?
Yeah.
It was the meeting between the.
How did the episode actually start?
It was
What the hell?
Ron meeting Tyrion and all them walking up.
No, that
Wasn't it?
No, that's not it. There was something that happened before. Now I'm blanking on it. They didn't jump right into the meeting, did they?
Was it something to do with Baelish?
No.
We'll have to talk about that. That was interesting. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Winterfell didn't come in till
midway through,
third
almost.
way,
Or third way. Yeah, I
something like
forget
that.
it was a long one.
It was after already. I think
Theon?
I think you might be right.
Was it?
Yeah, because John didn't go back to Dragonstone, did he? Or no, they did go back to Dragonstone.
Yeah, they did.
But Theon was already gone by then. Or maybe I'm messing that up. What the hell did happen?
I don't know if
I'm pretty sure it was them.
it might have been the meeting.
Yeah, it might be.
King's Landing.
I guess it was the meeting.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, you know what? It wasn't the meeting right away, but it was them on the boat as they were going toward it. It was Grey
that's right.
oh, it was all the armies mobilizing in front of.
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so it was all part of the same scene, but it's not the first thing that happened.
was setting up for the contentiousness of that meeting because the armies were mobilized out in front of
and
it.
even though I knew there was a meeting that was going to take place, I thought there was going to be a battle because they just came in hot and heavy.
So that scene between the Hound and the Mountain too was pretty great.
I wanted
Because
I wanted them to fight.
I think that's setting up.
Clegane Bowl.
Yeah, them.
That's what they're calling it online.
I like it. Clegane Bowl.
Clegane Bowl.
That's
That's what people have been waiting for.
They should have like a big press conference like Mayweather McGregor, the Clegane Bowl.
That's going to be awesome.
People have been waiting for that since the season 2 or 3.
Have they ever fought at all?
Well, the Mountain is who gave.
Just when they were
Yeah, he
kids.
burned
Not
his
on
face.
the show.
But on the show, there hasn't been any swordplay between the two.
In the
right?
book, there was slight swordplay,
Okay.
but nothing you would consider.
Is that when they were on horses?
No,
Oh,
the
that
Mountain
was like jousting.
I want to say
Oh, it was in the show. Yeah, it was from the jousting.
He cut the sword in half. He cut the horse's head off.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was against the Hound.
No. The Hound came in because the Mountain was being a douche.
the Mountain was going to kill somebody. No, the Mountain was going to kill
Prince of Flowers? Or
the
Lord
Prince
of
of Flowers. Yeah,
From High
and the Hound stepped in, but that was pretty much all the swordplay. So Clegane Bowl is still on, but I don't know when.
Is his name Sir Loris? Is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah, he was that twink that slept with Cersei, right? No. He was the
No.
gay guy.
Yeah, he was the one who slept with
Renly.
Baratheon. Yeah.
Renly.
The twink that slept.
Yeah,
There was the
nephew.
Lannister.
Her
She
nephew.
slept with her nephew.
Correct.
Okay, so then that damn thing flies out of the box, almost kills Cersei. We have the meeting between Tyrion and her, which she it was all like a ruse, right?
Yes. I thought Tyrion was going to die.
I did
So
too.
did I, yeah.
That was a great scene.
It was a great scene because I think
thought
they
he was
should have
gonna get-
killed more characters, maybe, and I thought that was when Tyrion was going to die.
Thought he was going to die. I thought Jamie was going to die, but then he went for a horse ride.
I didn't think Jamie was going to die.
And then there's Baelish. How about
Yes.
that? You thought now why?
Finally.
Now when everybody thought that Arya was on trial, how did that even come to be? Because I was not paying attention. I was looking at my phone, of course.
Stalker.
What? How did it that she was making it seem like Arya was on trial? What was the basis
Sansa
for that?
And Littlefinger had a conversation,
And they brought her in with armed guards.
and he talked to her about what he thinks of people, like the worst thing people could do
Yeah.
in certain situations. And she talked about all the things that Arya could be doing and
So
why she would be trying to kill her.
Gotcha. So then all of a sudden, Lord Baelish, Rob Brand checking in. Rob Brand is listening to all this while.
Oh, hopefully no spoilers for him.
Yeah. So then, Baelish is called out, and you knew it was coming, and then that badass Arya stabs him in the throat, like freaking throat stab Dale.
Yeah, it wasn't even a slash. She just took that knife and
Buried it right in there.
It was long enough to go right through his neck. It was incredible. I didn't quite see that one coming. Even though he was guilty, I thought they were gonna torture him or lock him up for Jon to deal with. I didn't think they
I'm
would.
so glad he's gone. I hated that guy.
Yeah, that guy was a douche. I thought, honestly, for a second, I thought he was gonna be sitting on the Iron Throne.
I also liked the theory of Arya killing him as Ned or
Right.
I like that
Catelyn.
theory the best. I wish they would have.
Yeah, do that face trick again.
I think there's
the
gonna be a
sub-
face trick.
The surprise of that scene, though, was great. Catching him totally off guard.
right.
Because they were talking about that on the inside the thrones afterwards, that he's so good at outsmarting people that he thinks of every scenario, but he didn't think of that possible scenario
Right.
happening.
One theory is that Cersei's still on Arya's list, so she's gonna take Peter's face and go visit King's Landing.
Nice.
That could be interesting. I'd like to see that. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll have to see what the trailers have to say later on. But
I still think it's going to be Jamie.
yeah, I think it
I
has to be
think
Jamie.
him leaving is setting up him getting more on the other team's side, and
I would love to have an
Really
opinion on this, but that's not going to happen.
Who's Jamie?
I don't have the expertise to do like you guys. You guys are much better at this than I am.
Obvious.
I like just sitting there watching you talk about it, frankly, because as I said before, I'm able to get a lot of all the blanks filled in of what's going on. Like, hey guys, guess what? Jamie's joining the North.
I like explaining stuff to the elderly.
Yeah, and I'm glad you do. I'll
So
take it.
you say what you think happened, and then we fill in the blanks, which there's more blanks than.
Did you see the story? Somebody had sent this to me about, and I don't know if this is true or not. When on the previous episode, when Robb Stark was in the water, did the handle of his sword, which is that wolf?
What?
You mean Jon Snow? No,
What did I
you
say?
said Robb Stark.
God damn
No,
it.
I already know where this is going.
Yeah, what's going on there? Can you?
The eyes of the lion on the end of his sword are made out of, I think, crystal. It's see-through.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's a split second where it looks like the eyes open when he comes out of the water. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
No, it's just because his glove goes by it.
Okay.
And it's see-through.
It's
So there's
not-
a shadow. You can see the glove through it.
People were talking about that being something, but I didn't see it.
No,
I just,
I mean, it was interesting. I don't know, like an interesting visual. I'm looking at it right
Yeah.
now.
But it was quickly shut down
okay.
just because of how the sword was built.
I got you. Can you tell me once again, how did Benjen Stark survive? I think you told me last week, but I already forgot.
He was half dead.
How did he?
Yeah,
how did it stop?
Like we said, he talked about it when he saved Bran, but I don't remember exactly how he explained it.
Neither do I. Wasn't it the three-eyed raven who stopped the death?
I don't know.
I don't quite remember.
So he was like half dead,
Yeah.
but then he was full dead after he saved Jon Snow,
Yes.
As far as we know.
as far as we know.
Probably.
seems
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's the big moment.
Well, what do you think is the big moment?
The big moment of the episode was the wall, guys.
yes.
The wall came down.
Yes.
And you see this gigantic army. What's the name of the wildling with the red hair? Rhaegor? Gogor? The wildling, the big guy with the red
Gogurt?
hair. Gogurt?
Thorman?
Thorman. Is that Thorman? The guy with the red hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think he survived the collapse?
Thorman?
Yeah.
And
He 100% survived the collapse.
And then
he's
the
too big of
other-
a character. He's too big of a character to just kill him off like that, I think.
and then what's the other guy's name? The guy with the eye patch.
Thoros.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even
Not
think about
Thoros.
it.
No,
Lord
no.
Barrick.
Beric Dondarrion.
Yes.
The guy with
He's been brought back
one
to
last
life.
life.
They're on the wall. They see all the bad guys mobilized on the other side of the wall. And then you hear the frickin' dragon, who somehow he got holes punched in his wings.
Well, because he's dying. He died. He's
So he's going to be rotting away. But so if his wings rot out, is he just going to be able? Is he just going to walk?
it's magic.
So he's got the damn Night King on his back. And then when his flame was blue, I was like, oh, that is
That was
incredible.
incredible. Yeah, that was such a good scene.
Wow. And he made fast work of that stupid wall.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Ben?
I don't know, a little too fast, but I mean, it's whatever.
It's freaking.
It's a dragon.
It was a good scene, but
It's dragon fire.
Yeah.
no, I understand.
Yeah, well, you're kind of like half on, half off about it. You thought it was too fast.
I don't know.
How fast was it supposed to be?
Yeah, what did you want? I, mean,
I thought
got
it was
like
gonna
2
be
minutes.
fast.
If he would have kept going back and forth or along it like he was in the beginning,
You know he didn't kill the entire wall, right?
instead of what's that?
The entire wall is not down.
I'm well aware of it. It was just a piece,
Well, he put a lot of
just
that.
enough for them to be able to walk
Yeah.
into the south.
It sounds like you're kind of nitpicking the whole thing.
I'm not.
I mean, all it takes really is you knock out some of the bottom and it collapses on itself. Like, I don't know.
It was insane, and now there's 6 episodes. We wait, year and a half or so?
We don't quite know yet. I'm pretty sure they just started filming like 2 weeks ago.
I'd say our best chance of it being next year is October.
Ooh, that's optimistic.
Yes.
I was gonna say-
I think it's going to be April 2019.
Ooh, ugh. What they should do.
If it's not October, it's going to be April.
So
Why?
a year and 8 months.
who said
roughly.
who said April? Who said October? April or the
Those are the times when HBO puts on their shows. It's either April, July, or October.
They will move mountains for Game of Thrones.
They're not going to put it on in December or January.
I could see them doing that. They'll do anything for Game of Thrones. It's their cash cow. They'll put it on at Saturday morning at 9 a.m. with the cartoons. they know it'll make money.
Yeah, maybe.
I wish for the final season they would move the time to 8 o'clock. Or at least 8:30, because every episode is going to be like 90 minutes long.
Right. Well, most people stay up late.
Yeah, but come on. On a Sunday when it starts at 9
Yeah.
and it doesn't end till like 9 or 10:30.
Yeah, that'd
That's
be good.
pretty early.
Being this far in,
most people.
there's only 6 episodes left. You're right. I wish they would, but they won't. It's kind of like the Super Bowl. Why is that on a Sunday?
Yeah, but at least the Super Bowl's on at 6 o'clock.
That's true.
It is going to suck if there is like a 52-minute episode like there was this season.
Oh boy, how many seasons have there been? And how
7.
many hours of programming that is? My God. It's like the longest movie ever. It's better than any movie, though. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Anything else? I think we've covered as much as we can.
Yes. Oh, Night King. I'm kind of half hoping he sits on the Iron Throne now. Who's going to be it? It's going to be Jon Snow.
I had heard that theory a couple years ago. Somebody said that he thinks the White Walkers will prevail and he'll be the one sitting on the throne.
Yeah, it was me.
No, it was not you.
The only person who can beat him really is Jon.
And why is that? Because he's got a Valerian steel sword, or?
But he's the only one daring enough and skilled enough.
Yeah.
Was Jaime going to beat him with one hand? I doubt it. Jaime's going to kill Cersei and then he's going to die. There's just, I don't know. And George said that it's going to be a bittersweet ending. What's more bittersweet than the Night King winning?
Does he? Does he still influence? I mean, can't they write and make it whatever they want, or is there?
The ending is decided.
Yeah. That's why, like, I know somebody who, like, pretty much is hating the show because of it straying away from the books.
There are
so
no
much,
books, though.
But they're watching it for entertainment value. But then I'm like, well, the ending, the actual ending is gonna be spoiled for you.
Yeah,
if
you
you
should
continue
stop
watching.
watching.
Yeah.
So Martin said, do you like voice to them, or maybe even wrote out in a screenplay, this is how it will end? I just
Yes.
haven't finished writing it
Yes.
yet?
Yes.
So he has that done. It isn't like he's making it up as he goes.
No, but it's
So they have-
essentially all fan fiction at this point.
Which means
Well,
it just writing it for the
They know
fans.
the
writing
main
it.
plot points, yeah.
I'm not sure what fan fiction is.
jeez. I mean, fan fiction is when an author takes what is, those Star Wars books
Yeah.
that have nothing to do with the
Right.
That's fan fiction,
Okay.
where it's like you take the original story and you expand on it.
Okay.
That's pretty much what these guys are doing now, except they have an ending in mind. But they're pretty much taking it wherever they want.
Man.
I saw this graph on Reddit. It was why I have decided to put my full support behind the Night King. It's kind of funny. Dragons killed, 1 for him, 0 for everybody else. Comrades revived, only 3 to millions. Experience 12,000 years to like 200 collectively. Times betrayed beyond count. No one's betrayed the Night King yet. Loyalty of subjects are shaky at best for the Alliance. Shaky at best. And unconditional for the Night King. Afraid of Wilding Army? No. Current win rate is 100% for the Night King. And the amount of followers for the Alliance is dwindling right now and growing exponentially for the Night King. Yeah. There's just too many dead people.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I don't know. If George wrote it the way he wrote the earlier books, the Night King will win.
Well, yeah, it'll end
because there's no point. Everyone dies.
Yeah, at this point, it would stand to reason that it would end in a way that everyone's like, oh my God, the bad guys won.
Yeah, that's what this story was built around.
Ben, anything else to conclude?
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going to happen between Jon and Daenerys when Jon finds out
that he's a Targaryen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna
that she's his aunt.
He's gonna keep boning his aunt.
Probably.
Do you think she has a successful baby?
Didn't she? Yeah, because she referenced that. She said
she tried having the baby the one time, and it was a monster baby that like came out. I think it was stillborn.
That was the Dothraki. That was
yes.
Yeah. And then she said that she can't have kids, and then John questioned that. In
John said, "Who told you that?"
And then some witch lady.
The witch lady who killed my husband.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're really going to trust the witch lady that killed your husband?"
Right.
Which is weird.
I mean, she did never see the baby.
Right.
She was just told it was half human, half dragon, or whatever it was.
Do you guys think I should watch the whole series again?
Yes. It's totally worth it.
Do you think I should watch it just so I can enjoy these conversations a little more?
I don't even know if who knows if you'll actually.
It probably won't help.
Yeah.
I'd rather just listen to you guys tell me about it, frankly.
No, you should really. I mean, you'll have the time to rewatch it before the last season.
Oh, you know.
You can rewatch it like 3 times before that happens.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for the Eric Zane Show Sudden Death Podcast. As always, we thank you for listening. Please tell your friends to listen to the radio show on 107.3 WBBL. What's the matter? What?
So that wedding I went to, this will just be really quick.
Yeah.
I was driving there.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought it was in Muskegon up until I had to, like, half hour before I had to leave.
You thought the wedding was in Muskegon?
Yes, because I have like 3 weddings coming up.
Yeah.
And I had thought it was at one of the other places.
Oh.
So I was almost late to it. Like, I made it just in time.
So where was it supposed to be?
It was actually in Coral, Michigan.
Oh, that's like the opposite direction.
Yes.
That's like Southwest Michigan.
And I would say 95% of the drive was the drive out to that fake house.
Oh.
So I was just...
Oh.
It was just...
Triggers.
Is there actually a wedding?
Just a dreadful drive. that whole
Triggers
way.
galore.
Yes.
Aw. Yeah, that sucks.
There's
A
no
major
wedding.
flashback.
Your body was subconsciously trying to get you to avoid that ride by
Bamboozled again.
sending you to Muskegon. Hey, I'm here. Where is everybody? What's going on? All right.
So yeah, that's it.
Enjoy the day. We'll talk to you Tuesday morning on 107.3 WBBL.